Namaste, angels. Thank you for joining, liking, sharing, and subscribing, and for all the many ways you support me and my channel. I have just been knocking these readings out, perhaps because of my own divine light cleanse that I received thanks to my subbies, my subscribers, my viewers, my friends. They're my friends on Facebook, and I've been talking to a few of them for a couple years now, so they've grown to be my friends in general. I appreciate you guys. I do thank you. They made sure that I got it on the 8th, the day that Chiron went retrograde in Aries, where my natal placement for Chiron is. It is in Aries. So the wounded healer, unable to heal themselves in some capacity, but in the case of the placement in Aries, just, brushing yourself off and going about your business anyway. But they made sure that I got that extra healing and support, and I totally appreciate it. So let's get to the love reading. We got some really nice energy here. The general, both generals, the first one that got screwed up by Mercury retrograde more so, was really lovey-dovey. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do another one was just to see if the same cards would turn up. So a lot of them did, but not all of them did. We went down from 3 aces to only 2, down to only 1 King of Wands. There had been 2. I think down to only 1 Six of Cups. There had been 2 in the reading. A lot of these cards mirroring each other in that first spread. It was really a phenomenal spread. But apparently it only applied to some, because I just said whoever watches the premiere, them and my Patreons are going to be the only people who get to see this reading. So if you didn't tune into the premiere, right now as I'm recording this, it's actually still up and available, but I'm going to take it offline. So if you don't manage to catch it, you won't manage to catch it. And that's not like a threat or anything. It's just I've redone the reading, or I've done a new one. So that one will be available for all. For some of us, we have messages in both, so I wanted to make sure that I made it available. In any case, with the dice this week, we are beginning with Eat Cake. This is the last week that the sun will be in Cancer. Next week it enters Leo, so happy birthday to the third. Is it third deacon? Yes, third deacon Cancers. And it's 50-50. It's 50-50. Dirty movie, eat cake. Dirty movie, of course, for me, usually has to do with like online dating or communication, FaceTime and stuff like that. We're sending each other pictures or videos and whatnot. Spirit says cocktail. Weekend away. And forget it. Both of which I think came up in the first, the first general. Oh goodness, the one that's coming offline. Anyway, for this love reading, as far as the cards, I'm beginning with travel, which is speaking of the sign of Cancer, a very chariot-like card. It has a very chariot-like feel to it for me. The chariot represents the sign of Cancer. It is, there is water in this picture, and tropical isle. Here we have a plane. It's also this card connected to retrogrades for me, maybe particularly Mercury, because Mercury rules travel. We have this plane here. Retrogrades also about going back. We have the plane that looks like it's going back to something, revisiting. So that could be why that's here. Still have my Namaste cards out. And again, I'm beginning with a blessing in a relationship. The last time, I don't think I read it though. It turned up in the second general. I think it was the second general. But I don't believe I actually read the card, so I'll read it now. A current relationship is reflecting something that is wounded inside of you. Speaking of the wounded healer having gone retrograde. It's funny, these cards are sitting next to each other, right? A wound from long ago, perhaps even from a past life. Look within. Find the part of you that is wounded and send it love. All will heal and you will be stronger and wiser for it. My numerology deck, beginning with card number 2 or 11, depending upon perspective, and patience, which came up a number of times in a number of different ways in the second general reading. Next to that is another number 2. It is the 2 of Summer or Cups. In my animal tarot, you're falling in love or experiencing a deepening of emotion in your current relationship. Marriages or romantic partnerships in distress can still be saved. Don't give up. And last but not least, speaking of Mercury retrograde, it is Mercury himself. Open communication. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. Somebody has something to say, and this will be the week to get it out. For the first spread, I'm going to do the perspective of the masculine. Oh, and actually I have my other cards on the side. For that spread, I wanted to use my fortune teller cards. The masculine about the feminine right now. So let me pull those out. I'd forgotten to put them on the table. We're beginning with the Lovers. There are 2 paths ahead. Be true to yourself. So you got 2 choices. Maybe you come to some sort of crossroad. And are you going this way or are you going this way? Maybe one is karmic and one is true purpose. Maybe both are karmic. You got 2 choices. Usually when the Lovers from the tarot shows up and it is relating to having options or, 2 or more choices, the difficulty in making the choice is that it's a heart versus head sort of situation. Your heart wants one thing, and your head may be telling you that something else makes more sense, is more logical, is more reasonable, is the right thing to do, more moral, the choice that aligns with your ideology or that of your friends, your parents, whatever, the world, society. I heard today the song by New Edition, that song Cool It Now. And, there's a part where Ralph is like rapping and he says like Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. If I like the girl, who cares who you like? It's like one of those things, like other people trying to get in your business and tell you who you should be with and who you should like and where your interests should lie. And that's fighting against your heart. That's the Lovers. 2 paths. But you got to be true to you, to yourself. They're opening to Sun. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. Lovers. Wow, we're off to a great start. And Unity, a time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. I should probably quit while I'm ahead, but I'll do one more. It is Owl. There are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. Lovers. Coffin. Natural endings abound. Take care with your health. Overall energy is proposal. A romantic or business opportunity is indicated. There was so much energy of proposal in the first reading. It was really probably one of the most phenomenal readings that I had ever done until Mercury retrograde. Got me. I got retrograded in. Divine Feminine. Remove these. The masculine as it relates to the feminine, and likely specifically as it relates to this energy that she's in right now too. Himself and the union as a whole. Overall, what the masculine would have the feminine do: contribute, surrender. I don't know what word you choose to use, whatever word you feel comfortable with, that's what I mean. Toward the union, giving of energy toward the union. What he himself is willing to give to it this week as it relates to love. What the universe would like both to and even wants to help them with, but they have to first affirm to it and the outcome. Again, the overall energy is proposal. Divine Feminine. Patience. Slow down, change your attitude, and clear your mind. Masculine as it relates to the feminine. Wow. Unity. A time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. He's saying be patient. And I'm sure the universe is supporting him in this. This is like an illustration of divine timing. I'm hearing that song, Hold On, I'm Coming. It's an older song. I don't know from what year. I think it's Otis Redding. Hold on, I'm coming. Maybe Sam Cooke. Maybe both. I'm not positive. But I'm hearing the voice that sounds like Otis Redding in my head that I'm hearing. The masculine as it relates to himself. Mountain. Be connected to an air sign also. There's a lot of air energy that came up in the both generals actually, and plus there is Mercury. So even if it doesn't have to do with an air sign per se, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it could be this influence of Mercury. Mountain. Know that you're protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. The union as a whole. Nice. Star. Hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. Amen to that. That sounds awesome. Star, also air energy, and both of these cards have all these stars actually in them. They look a lot alike. So again, I feel like it's representative of air signs and or air energy. The star is not ruled by Mercury, however, or the star represents the sign of Aquarius, which, however, is not ruled by Mercury. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is currently located in Taurus and will be for like another 7 years. The star in the tarot, it's about our prayers being answered, our wishes being granted, our dreams coming true. And that sounds like what this is here too, with hard times finally being over. I know that's for what I've prayed. Like, I pray for that all the time. For peace and, ease. And I remind myself that even if it appears that times are hard, that things are difficult or not necessarily going my way, goodness and mercy follows me all the days of my life. So once I remember that, typically nothing bothers me. Overall, moon, of course, right? Anytime I do a reading around a major transit of the moon, it is a huge focus. Like the moon card always shows up. And this week, during the period for which this reading is, which is Sunday, July 14th through Saturday, July 20th, we do have a full moon, and that is July 16th, full moon and partial lunar eclipse in Capricorn, 24 degrees Capricorn. 24, which equals 6, which equals love. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. So if you get the divine guidance to wait or to try to make communication maybe with this air, or to figure something out or meditate or to manifest, air energy is about thoughts and words and stuff. follow whatever divine guidance you get. Make sure that you pay attention to your intuition, your gut feelings, any butterflies in your stomach. What the masculine would have the feminine, what kind of energy he would have her give to the union this week is thorns. Weathering the challenges ahead will bring you a new and positive future. This is like a warning. He's giving her like a warning that something may happen this week, or something may have happened recently. I'm feeling may have happened already for some people, about which she wasn't necessarily happy. And it was challenging, presents a challenge, and maybe it presents an ongoing challenge for a time. But getting through it, maybe trusting, having faith, hearing him out. If there's something that has to be said, a conversation, forgiveness, compassion, is going to give way to a positive future. And we do have this sun in the background too. Anytime the sun shows up, it makes everything better. It sheds light on something where we have cloud. We're like confused. It's been cloudy. It gives us clarity. It's enlightenment. So things might not be as they appear. That's the message I'm getting. And wait until you have like the information. Be patient and don't like fly off the handle. Try to watch that you're not overly like reactionary to anything that happens. What energy the masculine is willing to give this week to the union? It is luck. You are right to be strong and to be optimistic. He's in a positive space. He's thinking positive already. That's what he wants her to do the same. And the universe, the energies around us say that he's right to be so strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead, because good times are coming. And that's what this card here, that's atop it, also says. To look forward to an abundance of happiness that's coming in the future. What the universe would have both do, and even wants to help them with, but they would have to first affirm, is eagle, more air. You will soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. So then I just talk about the enlightenment, the clarity into which we're going to come. And there is this sun here too. So it's air. It's an eagle. This is representative of air signs totally. This is even, mother's like spirit animal. The eagle. Isis is an eagle. When you see her with her bird head. And her wings, the eagle wings. And then we have the air. We have the mountains in this picture also, the mountains from here, and the sun all together. So there's communication, there's words, there's thought, and there's clarity, there's enlightenment. And it's positive, it's happy stuff. We got this rainbow here. It's connected to the luck, right? Somewhere over the rainbow is where dreams come true. And I say the star was about dreams and prayers. So all of these connected. Really, really nice energy together. Wow. And the outcome. Boom. Speaking of the sun, here it is. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. Wow, that was a beautiful spread for the masculine and feminine. Now I'm going to do a more, it's not going to be a general one, but a more general one, because this one is going to be from the perspective of not the masculine's higher self, but just like the universe in general or at large. I'm going to use the hashtag creepy deck for that one. Again, beginning with travel. And opening to spiritual growth. Travel. Courting man. Children, which is a party of 3. And kind of like an empress energy for me. Opposite courting man. It can be about co-creation with a partner that he finds very physically attractive. the abundance that they can create together. Let's see. We also got friendship and past life opposite this courting man. I am getting something. I don't know how we would know who is being affected by this in this lifetime, but I'm getting something from a past life that two friends, oh, look at that. Wow. Did you see how that began to uncover itself? When I was saying two friends were in love with the same woman. That's what I was about to say. Two friends, love with the same woman, party of three, in the past life. The same thing may be going on in this lifetime. And so, like them fighting about it. And perhaps mad at you, mad at the woman or the object. You know, it doesn't have to be a woman. And this doesn't have to be a man. It could be, But the two friends that are fighting over the same person could be mad at the person too. Not only each other, but mad at the object also. Courting man, one more. Okay, wait, two more. Communication and new love. So something being born of the endings that come with this week, with the lunar eclipse and the full moon in Capricorn. Those will be endings, and so that gives way to new energy. So it could be new love, brand new, or, love anew, renewed, that was previously existing. And maybe currently in separation. This is another card indicating a need for just a little bit more patience, because you can see on the horizon your ship coming in. You can see that there's some rocky water. There's still a few obstacles to tackle, but it's on its way back, and it'll, soon enough it'll reach the calmer, stiller water. The three sails, the three came up a lot. I don't remember which general reading at this point, but I talked about timing, that I felt that the three meant something. 3 weeks, 3 months, probably 3 months for most, although I was getting a lot of feelings about August too, which I guess that would be 3 weeks, and specifically mid-August, around the time of when Jupiter goes direct, like August 11th, which is also Rosh Hashanah, and also the Hajj, and also the Lion's Gate. Definitely feeling a lot of things there for people. Something that gets initiated now or activated now, but doesn't culminate until then. And then for other people, continuing in the fall, things that have started now, culminating then. So, September, October, November even. I haven't felt anything beyond November. That doesn't mean something can't happen after November, of course, but I haven't felt it. I'm feeling like fall, not winter. When the planets go direct again, is when these things will happen. But yeah, there's a party of three, and I just also feel that the patience is needed for some sort of count of 3. 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. And the overall energy is past life. Divine being or couple. Recent past. Move these again. Near future. Masculine's higher self. Blocks to individual or shared progress, even union. What the feminine can do to help herself, however. what the masculine can, what the universe wants, would have both do, each do, and even wants to help them with, but they would have to first affirm, commit to it, and the outcome. Past life is the overall energy. Divine being or couple, dark male. So here's the divine masculine, or the representation of the divine masculine for me in this deck. And we both focused on him. He is activated, his energy is activated this week. And we did see a lot of that. Like I said, there was 2 kings of wands. The king of wands in the tarot is a representation of the divine masculine. I had like 2 kings of wands mirroring each other. Recent past, courting man. So for some, he may have already physically come back. But this can also be him, again, getting activated now, preparing, wanting to come back, desiring to return. Near future. Ice King. This is kind of like an emperor kind of card. And it is very representative of the energy through which we're going right now. It is Mercury in Leo. But this card also represents air signs to me in general. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, as well as, again, fire sign Leo and fire sign Aries, with this card, this being here, this guy also being very emperor-like, and the emperor represents the planet Mars, ruler of Aries, and also Scorpio. The Ice King is about control. And this could definitely be the masculine taking back control of his life, because we saw so much of that in the other readings. Masculine higher self, past love. Definitely thinking about revisiting a past relationship, maybe returning to somebody again from whom he is separated, from his past in this lifetime and or a past life in general. He may be younger. The next card was young male, but it was upside down. Or he may just be thinking of mixing it up a little and like wanting to be youthful, wanting to get out, wanting to be social, wanting to have a good time. Because I just heard that song in my head, Tonight We Are Young. So it's not necessarily like we're really young, but right now we are. Let's set the world on fire. Well, I just got chills. Only on one side. We can burn brighter than the sun. All those suns just showed up in that last breath. I'll have to look at the words, the lyrics to that song in general. But I do recall that. Tonight we are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. When the bar closes and you feel like breaking down, I'll carry you home tonight. I don't know. Blocks 2. Still getting the chills. I'm not getting the whole picture of what that's supposed to mean. Blocks 2, individual or shared progress, even union. There's some sort of delay, short-term difficulty, short-term heartache even, heartbreak, maybe even breakup or a break. Can definitely be because of the retrogrades, maybe Mercury in particular, but Saturn is also retrograde in Capricorn, which it rules. Saturn is a super restrictive energy. Pluto, which rules Scorpio, is also currently retrograde in Capricorn as well. Mercury, as we know, is retrograde in Leo. This week, it moves into Cancer. And will be in Cancer for a while before it comes back to Leo and goes direct. Chiron, as I said, went retrograde on the 8th in Aries, fire sign Aries. Neptune is also retrograde in Pluto, which it rules. I think I got everybody. But that could definitely be a reason for the short-term difficulty. Like I said, Jupiter going direct in August. So, I mean, that's kind of short-term. and Mercury going direct in just a couple weeks. That's definitely short term. And since it's crossing this guy, who again looks like a representation of Mercury in Leo, I think that it's Mercury on which we are waiting, at least for the most part. So that's what's in the way. What the feminine can do to help herself, like despite whatever else is going on, communication. So this is being open to receiving communication and or initiating it. Communication doesn't have to be that you pick up your phone and send a text. There's other ways to communicate. Even, you may even do something telepathically. You could communicate in dreams. You may try to, physically see each other if you're capable of that, which is awesome. But there are many ways to communicate. Syncs, signs, music. What the masculine can do to help himself. Free will choice. And I definitely think that he has to. Well, we started out with lovers. And again, there was two paths that somebody was going down. I just had that thing with the two people fighting over like the same person. So there could be somebody with options as it relates to love. And we need to decide if we're going to sit it out and allow an opportunity to, hook up, be together, whatever, proceed, go forward, get out, get unstuck. Are we going to accept the opportunity, or are we going to allow it to pass us by? That's a free will choice of getting up and like participating in life, or sitting it, and dancing, or sitting it out. What the universe would have each or both do, and even wants to help them with, but they have to first affirm. Oh, wow. Man. True love. How awesome is that? How beautiful is that? Seriously. And the outcome. It's a Two of Cups kind of card right underneath a full moon. So yeah, I definitely believe that this full moon initiates something, activates something. And if you don't experience whatever it initiates or activates now, I believe you soon will, beginning as recently as when Mercury goes direct. Now I want to do a karmic one spread. Karmic relationship or situation. Doesn't have to be, not everybody has another mate or whatever. One time my masculine and I were in separation for a long time. And he came back like completely celibate and super spiritual. It wasn't a third party situation, of the love triangle persuasion. But that doesn't mean that there weren't other people in our mix, The tarot cards. That's what I'm going to use for the karmic spread. Again, begin with the Two of Summer. You're falling in love or experiencing a deepening of emotion in your current relationship. Marriages or romantic partnerships in distress can still be saved. Don't give up. And opening to the Prince of Winter, who also may be Mercury himself, if not a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. He is decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. He has a decision to make, like the one that the masculine apparently does, according to the last spread. Free will choice, sit it out or dance, or he's awaiting a decision. The Prince of Winter or Knight of Swords tends to represent that. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires that you choose logic and intellect over emotion, and to make your decisions quickly. Or like once you make the decision is when things are going to take off, even if it feels like nothing's happening right now. And of course, it can very easily be a decision with regard to, a relationship. Two of Summer. The Ace of Winter. Implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you to refine your plan and to reshape your goals into something even better. Ace of Winter or Ace of Swords shows up as a card of triumph and victory after we've struggled. So like when we get to the top of that mountain that we saw, you know, those difficulties, we climb all those, we surpass all those obstacles, then we get the new beginning. But it hasn't been easy. That's what the Ace of Winter or Swords represents. Two of Summer. And Major Arcana card 4, the Emperor. Structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role as you have much wisdom to offer. Two of Summer. Again, Major Arcana card 4, the Emperor, represents the planet Mars, ruler of Aries and Scorpio, and is about control, leadership, discipline. And coming to Major Arcana card 12, which equals 3, it may be representative of a party of 3, inclusive of love triangles, is actually the Hanged Man in the traditional tarot, which represents the planet Neptune, ruler of Pisces, again, where Neptune is currently retrograde. Look at things in a different way and all will make sense. Don't worry if your progress is halted temporarily. We just saw that ours might be, right? With the last spread, that was the block. Some sort of temporary pause. Things will soon start moving again, though. Overall energy is the Princess of Autumn, which of course represents all earth signs, but most specifically for me, the sign of Virgo, which is co-ruled along with Gemini by Mercury. And also falls into the 8th month. So again, this could be connecting to August, something happening in August. Cheerful, reliable, intelligent, and mischievous. If it does, I would say mid-August, around the time of those events that I spoke of before. Rosh Hashanah, the Lion's Gate, the Hajj, Jupiter going direct. It's all around the 10th, 11th of August. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or your education, such as a promotion or a scholarship, is coming your way. Seize this chance to learn something exciting or to start a more rewarding and uplifting career. Here we're going to have the divine being or couple. And this one is a representation of the karmic relationship or situation. Then we have the recent past, the near future, the masculine's higher self, recent past and near future in the karmic relationship or situation. Masculine's higher self, blocks, what the feminine can do to help herself, what the masculine can. The universe would have both. Here, let me move this a little bit. To do, and even wants to help them with. But again, they have to first affirm. And the outcome as it relates to the karmic situation, this is of course only this period we're looking at, and for the divine being or couple outcome. Divine being or couple. Princess of Spring. Again, this could be connecting to Jupiter. and Jupiter's going direct or presenting you with an opportunity, whether it's direct or retrograde. The Princess of Spring is energetic, outgoing, optimistic, and creative. Creative opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broadened horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. The Princess of Spring, or the Page of Wands, for me does represent the sign of Sagittarius, but of course it can also be an Aries or a Leo or even a Scorpio in some cases, since Mars is a ruler of Scorpio. And it can be the planet Mars himself. It can be the planet Jupiter himself. But just with these pages already, the mutable signs are very youthful. That is Sagittarius, Virgo, again with this overall energy of the Page of Autumn or Earth. Gemini, Pisces, all very youthful and or, forever young and even like young looking typically. And this may be a connection to the, tonight where you're young. If you want to mend fences with somebody, mend some sort of relationship, it tends to be a good idea to approach it from a very lighthearted energy, like a mutable sign would do. Very youthful, energetic, fun, not too heavy, like you bring people down with that kind of energy. The karmic relationship or situation, the energy there. Princess of Winter, logical, truthful, curious, and undiplomatic. This is another page. This is the Gemini one. This is an intellectual challenge that calls upon your ability to think of a matching solution. If helpful information is put to you bluntly, accept the message without being bothered by the messenger. Well, if I needed my love reading, my relationship to be represented by a card, I definitely would prefer the Page of Wands over the Page of Swords to represent my relationship. This can be, of course, about difficulties as it relates to a relationship. So something, karmic situation or relationship may be going through some sort of struggle right now. But the karmic situation could have to do with work or something. If I look at it that way, our overall energy of the Princess of Autumn with the Princess of Winter, this could be indicative of some sort of conflict at work. And if you're looking for a job, if you're not working, if you're looking for a job or something, you may be like kind of coming off kind of overbearing and need to like switch it up a little bit, and so you come up a little bit more humble, like exercise some more humility. In relationships, again, it doesn't mean like the end of the relationship necessarily. In fact, it tends to be like mild conflict. But it is, but also stuff that could grow. Like you could start arguing or whatever over something small. Next thing you know, it's turned into something ridiculous. So it's important to remember. Not that I want to give you guys help to further your karmic relationships, but it's important to remember that like not every fight or argument is worth having. You have to know when to back off and know when to pursue. If you are indeed single, it can mean that you need to get out and mingle, or to be more social. Or if you're in separation and as opposed to, just regular single, you still may need to get out to be in, areas, venues where, your partner may be, or to try to make contact in some other way. And that can be with, the way karmic energy is affecting you. But like I said, I'd much rather have this representing my relationship. So, if we were keeping a scoreboard or something, I'd say like, score 1 for the divine unions, 1 to 0. All right, so this will be the recent past for the karmic relationship, and I just did the recent past in general for us in the last spread. Yeah, things not going so well. The 8 of Winter. It's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. Trust that God will lift you to new heights and give you a greater sense of self-confidence if You first affirm your freedom. So this is an energy of being stuck or feeling stuck. Not very happy in the recent past. What about the near future? What, anything changes? Could surface that there's some sort of party of three going on. But again, if it has something to do with work, you maybe due some sort of abundance or bonus, raise, promotion, recognition in your life. And that the karmic situation may be that, you know, something, it's held up, or there's some sort of competitor or somebody sending you like negative energy or something that is preventing you from getting it. And so far, the energy that we have here is this earth and this air, again represented by the princess or page of winter or swords and the princess or page of autumn or pentacles, both of which are ruled by Mercury. Right? Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini. So I think that's from where this stuff is coming. Masculine's higher self. All right. May very well be single. Ready to mingle. Working on himself, spending time with himself, getting to like and hopefully even love himself a little bit more. Your success has brought you financial security and the reward of much deserved time off to enjoy your own company. You may suddenly have a brilliant idea for a business or a self-employment opportunity that will be very successful. So where this relates to work or something, like I said, I feel you're due some sort of recognition, but you may have some sort of conflict there. Somebody could be jealous of you, and that may be the situation. And why you're feeling stuck and irritated at work and possibly want to give you, start handing out your resume. Blocks, though. That wasn't the blocks. This is the blocks. Prince of Spring, passionate, charismatic, confident, and restless. An opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there's nothing that you can't handle if you follow your inner guidance. The Prince of Spring is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or again, possibly Scorpio. Maybe Mars himself, maybe Jupiter himself. And that's what I'm getting the strongest, actually, that is Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of growth and expansion. If you're not in the place to be manifesting that, that's a serious block. Also, that the full moon coming up has something to do with it, too. Or not necessarily the full moon that's coming up, but like that sort of full moon energy in general, like about endings and failure to have let stuff go. Full moons are about endings and letting stuff go. But if you hold on to it, that's definitely a block. So this is probably connected to that free will choice. Like whether or not to take an opportunity. If you leave an opportunity sitting on the table, then that's, that was your choice. That's definitely a block that will consequently hold you back. What the feminine can do to help herself, however, and it is this Sagittarius energy again. Some more of this Jupiter sort of stuff. Major Arcana card 19, the Sun. Your plans will work out well, bringing you happiness and prosperity and success if, right, you'll garner the recognition. The recognition, it's sitting here next to the Three of Autumn, about being recognized. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments that you so richly deserve. But this requires illumination of something. It requires enlightenment. It requires clarity. It requires growth, expansion. Major Arcana card 19, the Sun does represent the planet Jupiter in the sign of Sagittarius, which it rules. There also could be an actual Sagittarius in the way. There's a few characters here on the table. Again, the Princess of Autumn, the Princess of Spring, the Princess of Winter, and now the Prince of Spring as well. Court cards can always represent actual people in a scenario or situation, and often do. What the masculine can do. Boy, you better start something fresh. You better start something fresh and new and leave this old tired stuff behind. You better take your opportunity. You can expect a windfall of abundance, such as money, timely assistance, a serendipitous meeting, or rewarding advice. You may be offered a fabulous new job or a promotion, or the prospect of a profitable business venture or investment. It can be a new relationship too that will be long lasting. That true love from the last spread could definitely be that. But you're guided to pursue something new and to stop trying to hold on to this old stuff. What the universe would have both in this karmic situation, or anybody involved in this karmic situation to do, and even wants to help them to do so that they can get on with their lives, is recovery, rest, recovery, moving on, and or making some sort of decision. Thoroughly think things through before making a decision. Continuing to overanalyze isn't going to get you any closer to a resolution, but meditation and prayer will bring you the answers that you seek. And the outcome, Ace of Winter. Implementation for your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will refine your plan and reshape your goals into something even better. And I just have to point out that, again, we have the air and the earth, again, ruled by Mercury, Gemini, and Virgo. So it's still looking like, again, and there's an 8 dead center of this. Like, again, maybe around August, when Mercury has gone direct, is when you'll find yourself out of whatever this situation is in which you were stuck, and having moved on to a better situation. Whoa! This is the card that I said was the outcome for the divine couple. The King of Autumn. Compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and grounded. Everything's going to turn out great. Projects will be stunningly successful. Exciting new career opportunities are possible, and money or resources that come your way will be invested wisely. And I'll also add the relationships, again, will have longevity. That'll be with somebody who is genuinely concerned with you, genuinely cares about you, compassionate towards you, is generous with you, to you, and is grounded. Maybe helps to keep you from being so flighty yourself. The King of Autumn is a Capricorn, so it can also be tied to those further, those retrogrades that are further out too, those planets that don't go direct until later, Saturn and Pluto. It can be connected to the full moon and lunar eclipse that is also this week, and is also in Capricorn, again 24 degrees Capricorn. And or this can be tied to Virgo, which is also being affected by retrograde right now with its ruler Mercury, or Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, who is not in retrograde and is currently located in Cancer and moves to Leo next week. I just want to do some advice for each archetype now. Now. Right away, opening to this Hangman again. Hangman, which again is Pisces in energy. Neptune. Speaking of Pisces or water and cups, the 9 of summer. Now's the time your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still to come. Hangman. Princess of Spring again. Sagittarian energy perhaps, or Aries, Leo. Hangman. Six of Winter. The challenging times are coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let go of the past. That's been the big message. And embrace the happier times ahead. Awakening. And the King of Winter. Intelligent, impartial, respected, and unemotional. At this time, it's very important that you communicate clearly. Be objective and unemotional and act as professionally as possible. If you need advice, seek out the most experienced expert that you can find. The King of Winter is, again, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Could be someone that is, a professional. Could be related to legality too. A lawyer, a judge, sometimes like a doctor. I often find like a therapist, a realtor, an accountant, somebody really professional that's helping you get your life. Can also be a friend, that's able to see multiple perspectives, which is what the Hangman is all about, the need to look at the different perspectives. King of Winter, really good at that, and to be fair about what they are. I'll do one more. Here's the Queen of Spring. Talented, brilliant, independent, and charming. Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, but you can do it. The Queen of Spring is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And now the King of Summer joins us. Warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful. A trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. The King of Summer is a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Speaking of Leo and August and 8/11 and all those events, the overall energy is Major Arcana card 11, Strength, which represents the sign of Leo. True strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage. Leo, which again begins next week and goes through August 21st. So we will be in a Leo sun around that period that I was talking about, that mid-August. Advice from the keepers of the light oracle to the masculine is Gaia, Earth connection. Be mindful of this planet and come back to Earth. Stay grounded. I think it's like come back to Mother. Yeah, also to Earth if you've been flighty, sort of all over the place, scattered energy, no direction. But yeah, I'm feeling with, maybe because I'm looking at her, I'm feeling also like a come back to Mother sort of thing. And I'm getting another song. So the other day I posted that I had this like little mini revelation of my own. My mother used to hang out with this woman named Peaches when I was a teenager. They were very, very close, like BFFs. And Peaches introduced my mother to R&B singer Melissa Morgan. And the three of them were friends, and they would go all over the place, party and dance. Melissa had this song out that was very popular at the time called Fool's Paradise. And I always loved the song, but I never really stopped to pay attention to what it might mean or, what it's specifically about. And I realized that the Fool's Paradise is this thing that we go off to, whether it's another relationship or another situation, when we go off and leave. And one of the lines is, just remember what your mama told you before she sent you on your way. And I always thought that, before that she was talking about the guy's mother. And just this week, I'm getting chills again on one side only. Just this week, I was like, no, she's the mama. It's like, little mama, just remember what your mama told you before she sent you on your way. She told you never, ever be too clever to not see your own mistakes. I'll be here waiting for you when you come off your trip. Like he's tripping. That's why he went away. And I guess that I'll always be the one to take you back from your fool's paradise. So like whenever you run off and do these stupid things, I'm always here waiting behind. I had this huge revelation about it. I posted about it on Facebook, Divine Girl Talk and stuff. But I just saw that again. Like mama doesn't necessarily mean divine mother or his own mother or anything. It can be his woman or man too. Not gender specific. Whatever he considers his little mama. Yeah. From the Keepers of the Light Oracle to the feminine, it is Bridget, inner strength. This is more like Leo, right? More Leo, more fire, or Sagittarius, Aries, more fire element. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. Wow, that's pretty deep. It's very Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands, which we just saw a few moments ago. From the fortune reading cards to the masculine, birth. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. This is only reconfirmation because we definitely saw the opportunity coming his way. And remember the choice that he had. He had so much opportunity in front of him that he needed to choose what path he's going to take. For the feminine, plane. More chariot kind of energy, more travel, more movement. A journey is indicated, either physically or metaphorically. Your life will become more full. Didn't we just read about moving into wholeness? Whole and full sort of go together. Yes, move back into wholeness. This is like an illustration of moving back into wholeness so that we can be more full, more complete. And you may be visiting somebody or somebody may be visiting you, or again, this could be this plane, like in the other deck, as I pointed out, could be tied to the retrogrades and revisiting a situation, like in a metaphoric sense, or visiting a situation, maybe for the first time out, considering something, weighing something. But whatever it is, it's forward movement. It's not, we're not going backwards in terms of going back and getting stuck somewhere. If we're going back, if we're revisiting the past, it's to close it out. Right, so that we can move into the future. From the Namaste Oracle to the masculine. A blessed gift. Something beautiful soon manifests. Trust that all is unfolding in the most perfect way for you and all concerned. Have faith and continue to hold positive and loving thoughts. A blessed gift is on its way. For the feminine. There's somebody sleeping. I can't tell if that's a male or female, masculine, feminine. And then I kind of see like another face blending with this, more than one face, like blending together. Let's see. A blessing from your soul. Maybe that's why. You are a beautiful soul full of infinite wisdom. Souls are androgynous. That might be why I couldn't tell. Stop judging and start loving yourself. You're blessed with endless potential and on the verge of transforming into the radiant being that is your true essence. Shine your light and allow this blessing into your heart. And hashtag creepy deck to the masculine. New love, boom. New love, true love. It's all coming together. It still will require that free will choice of yours though. Feminine, interesting. Fair male, which in this deck for me represents a karmic masculine energy. Not necessarily an actual person, but quite possible. And not necessarily an actual male, but if it is an actual person, quite possibly an actual male. It's more so like a Capricorn sort of devil energy, like with the tarot. So we may be feeling stuck in a situation too. And That's why we need movement, perhaps. From the numerology deck to the masculine. Aw, card number 26. It's another 8. Again, more August. In love partnership. For the feminine, it is a 6 equals love. What I say about the Capricorn full moon. I said at 24 degrees Capricorn equals 6 equals love. Boom. From the animal tarot to the masculine, it is more Emperor. Major Arcana card 4, structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role as you have much wisdom to offer. This is your role. This is your dynamic. This is you taking back control of your life and, helping others maybe to regroup as well. Major Arcana card 4, the Emperor represents the planet Mars, which is the ruler of the masculine archetype and of males in general. There's long been that saying, men are from Mars. Women are from Venus. Mars is the ruler of the signs of Aries, where Chiron is currently retrograde, and Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto, which is currently retrograde in Capricorn. And lastly, for the feminine, more abundance. The Queen of Autumn, thoughtful, caring, creative, and ingenious. You'll be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus only upon the positive in every situation or person. So make sure you see that perspective. No, don't only look and see hurt. See the good things and the lessons that even come out of sometimes of stuff that's painful. Queen of Autumn is a Capricorn, Virgo or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. It is a representation of mother. Is about nurturing, is about being caring. And it's also a representation of abundance coming the way of the feminine. I'm a little bit, I don't want to say I'm stuck. What's going on? I apologize. That doesn't usually happen. But I think I'm kind of tripping because I think that this was also the feminine's energy in the general reading, but I just don't remember for sure. So that's what I was kind of pausing. Anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed the reading. I did from this side. I hope that you enjoyed it from your side, your perspective, and that you find it helpful. Thank you again for joining me, for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you soon next time. Namaste.